Hi everyone, so sorry for the lack of videos lately. I've just been quite busy, and whatever spare time I have had, I've been trying to get back into animation. Um, so I've not really had much time to build or make anything for videos. For this one, just as a side note, I've also unlocked the community tab, and I will be posting more updates on there for behind the scenes stuffs. Currently, there's an update for an animation I'm working on, plus some of the new videos that I'm going to be working on. Anyway, onto this build, which is a very late build video for the Diecast Mafia bubble top build. It was meant to come out back on the 15th of October. Unfortunately, I got the build complete and just had the audio to record and just became ill with the flu and kind of thought I could wait it out. Then the 15th came and I had no voice completely. What I should have really done is just uploaded a slideshow of the completed build and then done the full video later, but full of flu, I wasn't really thinking, and then as soon as I was better, I went straight back to animating instead of doing videos. So apologies for that, but this video is finally out now. So for this, I dug out this Hot Wheels Mattel Dreammobile. I picked this car up originally because it looked a lot like a Fallout car and planned to do some kind of Fallout build with it, but I figured it'd be perfect for this one since it was a bubble top. So here's the car disassembled. Unfortunately, during the disassembly, I accidentally broke the base, just on the back you can see. And initially, like I said, I was thinking of doing a Fallout car, but then I remembered the Ford Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird from Futurama. You don't know how many times it took me to say that. But yeah, here's a picture of that if you don't remember Futurama or you just never saw the show. So the idea of putting a supercharger on a sci-fi flying car was just too good of an opportunity to pass up, and thought it'd be perfect for this build. Here we are with the finished build. Unfortunately, I did turn it into a convertible, so I'm not entirely sure if it still counts as a bubble top. This is mostly because I had a fitment issue with the figure. As usual, I'll move on to the build process. So for the engine, I took an engine from the North Star Military Figures Implement of Carnage sprue, which is a good sprue with plenty of good bits. I then combined that with a Kemsol Design supercharger and air scoop. I added some styrene just because the original supercharger timing belt didn't extend all the way down, so I just had to cut them off and just use some styrene to replace them. So the gun was one of the sci-fi guns included in the North Star Military Figures Implements of Carnage sprue. The same for the two thrusters, they were another two sci-fi guns, but I just thought they looked more like thrusters than they did look like futuristic cannons. I added some spare styrene tubing just to kind of add to the fact that they are thrusters and not cannons that are facing backwards. The driver is one of the 172 scale World War II German drivers that I have that I picked up from eBay, which don't have any real brand, they're just some random guy on eBay. Unfortunately, during the build, I realised it wasn't going to fit in the car, so I had to cut the roof off just to make him fit, because being a bubble top, you can see everything inside, and I didn't really want to cut the figure in half, and you'd be able to see that there was only half a figure in there, so I just figured it was better just to cut the roof off, and just add the driver that way. For the underside of the car, I decided to use some spare styrene that I had, some square pattern and some corrugated, just to kind of give some more visual depth to the car underneath and make it look a bit more sci-fi than just a Hot Wheels with the Hot Wheels logo and stuff on the bottom. As for the thrusters, I did my usual trick of flipping the wheels upside down, just because if you look on the back side of wheels, they do kind of look like thrusters. Also added some more styrene tubing to them just to keep adding to the effect. So as you can see, I went with a two-tone blue colour scheme. I held off from adding any rust to this just because I figured, being a sci-fi car, it really wouldn't have much rust. It'd be probably well more maintained, because obviously if it wasn't as well maintained, it would just fall out the sky. So the idea is this is more of a newer car that's just been driving around on the desert. Like all my 164 scale cars, I built these for Gaslands and future animations and Gaslands. So I kind of have to have a weapon and kind of a little bit backstory to them. Overall, I think the build turned out quite well. It's obviously very futuristic and completely different from what I usually build for Gaslands, but it just sometimes it's fun to do something different. I don't really build that many flying cars or very sci-fi cars because I'm not really into them. I'm more into the down-to-earth, realistic vehicles, but from time to time it's always fun to just go and do something different. As usual, there'll be a nice little slideshow of the glamour shots, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.